back, kiddies, to another episode of RatG TV with your hosts, Zeus and the Wellandwingnut. And they thought I was the crazy one.
Black magic. You got to know, got to show, it's time to roll. So just tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you want, so just tell me what you want to hear.
Welcome, everybody, to a Smokey and the Bandit edition of RatG TV. It's your boy Zeus, and joining me as he does week to week, my bud, the one, the only, the Wellandwingnut. How's it going, brother?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick. Yo, we both are rocking the old school logos behind us. We're rocking the shirts. You got the old logo. Oh, I'm not even pointing to that one, but yeah, good job. Liking it.
It works out perfect.
Right? It's just like us. We're in the same position. Welcome back. We've been gone for
cartoonish.
The cartoon or us? Because we're both very cartoonish. We've been gone for a couple weeks, but we are glad to be back, folks. Happy to catch up with you. It's starting to be con season, buddy. Convention season. Yes. Much love to you all. Or the Korean Hearts, I think. But convention season's coming up pretty quick, man. I mean, we've got 420 Con coming up next month.
Yeah.
We got then after that. There's also Fan Expos coming up in Toronto next week. Speaking of that, I forgot to tell everybody. And let me just pull it up here because I don't want to
excuse me, blow
this gentleman's name because I should honestly know it off by heart, but I on this coming Wednesday am going to get to have a quick 10-minute interview with George Buzza. Do you know who George Buzza is? George Buzza?
No.
George Buzza was the voice of Beast on the X-Men Fox show from back in the 90s. And he's making his comeback along with Cal Dodd as Wolverine in the X-Men 97 series for Disney+. So that's a guy who loved the X-Men cartoons in the 90s. I'm really happy about this. What? Was there a bark? Hi, Jesse.
No.
That's all right, because there is no dog sitter with you tonight, so you will be playing the part of dog sitter. And look at that cute little puppy.
She had something in her mouth. I know she shouldn't have because I heard it hitting the floor. Look at how big she is.
Holy jeez. How old is she?
She is 15 weeks now, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Such
she's
a
not a little puppy anymore. She's a son of a bitch. But we love her.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have her any other way. You know what, buddy? So we got those conventions coming up, like we talked about, Fan Expo in Toronto. Then we've got
you mentioned 420 Con. They're really stepping it up this year. Like if you've ever been, it's free autographs, free pictures with the celebrities that they bring in. This year, Brian O'Halloran, Jeff Anderson, Eddie Steeples, which of course from Truth or Dare, and Earl. My name is Earl.
My name is Earl.
Pat Mastriani, who's just such a great guy. We've seen him so many times over the last.
Met him a few times.
Rebecca Haynes Saw, who was also on Degrassi back during those years, and Ari Lyman, first Jason.
Yeah, it's insane. He's the drummer, right?
Sorry?
He's also a musician.
Yeah, they've played the after party at Frightmare a few years. I think he plays. I want to say guitar. Maybe guitar.
I thought he was a drummer for some reason, but yeah. Oh, this is that's great. Can't wait to see it. And then of course we have Comic-Con, Niagara Falls Comic-Con coming up this summer.
Probably the biggest ever.
We say this every fucking year. How do they do it every year? Chevy fucking Chase is going to be there with Beverly D'Angelo. So we've got the the National Lampoon's Reunion,
as well as the vehicle as well from the original Vacation.
Yeah, the Studebaker or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, which is it's good. It's good. It's going to be a great convention. I'm excited to be there. But today, though, buddy, today is what I'm excited for. We're talking about convention season. Those are obviously big time of the year for when comic book movies are usually announced, and we find out when the next big comic book movie is going to be. And it's not always good. It's not always good. We look forward to a lot of these comic book movies, but unfortunately, we get something like we see down below our head there.
Some people's pieces of crap are also some people's gems, though.
This is very true. This is so true. One man's trash is another man's treasure, right? Yeah. Is another way to put that. But
I was trying to figure out the reverse there.
Right. But with that being said, I asked Steve, like, let's this week, let's do what are our all-time favorite worst comic book movies of all time. And there's a lot of the typical ones that are going to be there that people are going to be waiting for. But I'm excited to see your list, honestly.
Captain America 1979.
Look, I thought about it, and I'm like, is it fair for me to put movies on there that I watched but don't really remember even watching?
Right. That's where I was also trying to go. I was trying to pick movies that I didn't like that I actually sat through because there's some that I've avoided.
Mm-hmm. And then there's some that I wish. Oh God, do I ever wish that I would have avoided? And you'll see them on my list. But yeah, that being said, buddy, why don't we just get right to it? Get to the top of the show, if you will. Oh, actually, before we do, I got to remind everybody how we pay the bills around here. Listen, folks, if you're looking to save some money and you're sick of paying those big bills, do yourself a favor. Get yourself an internet provider that's going to give you great service without those huge prices. That's right. Give Tony and the folks over at DocNet a call. You see Steve pointing to it right up there. They're the sponsor of our show over at docnet.ca. If you're living in Canada, especially if you're in Ontario, go to docnet.ca. See if they've got a cable package or an internet package that might work for you. And have Tony and DocNet connect your home to the world. Docking. You know what? It's a good thing his last name's not Peg. If that was PegNet, then we'd be pegging. It's all right. Ryan Reynolds made it okay with Daredevil.
He did. Specifically the back door.
Specifically the back door. Well played, sir. Well played. With that, each and every week with DocNet, we have the 3 DocNet or TikTokers of the week, but we call them the TikDokers. So before we get to our top 5, I'm going to start us off with a TikTok that I think everybody will like. There's someone new who just joined TikTok, and this guy's pretty legend. Wait for it. Derek.
Okay. Are you guys so excited?
Oh, what are you doing now?
I'm joining the TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah, this is my first TikTok. I'm gonna have so many followers. I'm gonna ramp up my Riz.
Never ever say that again.
I'm gonna be a snack.
I already
TikTok is going to be legend. Wait for it.
No.
No. It's too cheesy. It's too cheesy.
You didn't wait for it.
No.
Gary, we get it.
I love MPH.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
So there we go. There's our first TikToker of the week. It goes out to MPH, and we reached out for comment to see if he appreciated getting the award, but we're waiting to hear back from these people. That being said, Steve, you have some shitty superhero movies. Let's hear them.
Yeah, I mentioned Captain America 1979, those kind of, and Nick Fury 1997 or 98, I want to say. Those seem like the obvious, but I don't remember them. I don't even know if I saw the Nick Fury one. So
Oh, I did.
not really fair to judge those, but I think this is one that most people saw, even if you weren't a fan of the superhero movies. Maybe you were a basketball fan. You thought, hey, crossover. 1997 brought us Shaquille O'Neal starring in Steel. The budget on this movie was $16 million. It made $1.7 million at the box office and currently holds an 8% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
And that's too high. That was Shaquille O'Neal's mom and Neil Adams. And whoever created John Henry Irons, who the character Steel is. That character came around when it was a cool character and a great character still in the comic books. John Henry Irons in the comic books. Remember when Superman died? That was that huge deal when Doomsday killed him. When he died, there was these replacement Superman that came out, Superboy, which was this clone of him, the Eradicator, and anyways, Steel was one of them, John Henry Irons, and he had been saved by Superman once, and he dedicated his life to helping others, sort of thing. Great story, but man, Shaq. He should have made Shaq Fu. Between that and the Genie movie, that really though, you don't remember Sinbad doing a Genie movie?
I was just about to say, Shaq, I've loved everything else you've ever done. Come on the show. But then you had to watch the movie.
Everything?
Most things.
I love Shaq. Yes, you're right. Shaq. We do love you. What do you got up next? Even though he put you on the worst list ever.
I put you at 5. That's something. Superman Quest for Peace. I loved these movies, but this one, I think the only reason I even really loved the third one as much as I did, because who doesn't love fucking Richard Pryor?
Richard Pryor was great in it.
Yeah. So, Superman Quest for Peace with Mark Pillow as Nuclear Man.
Yeah, that was supposed to be Bizarro originally when they wrote the original script for Superman 4. They were going to have Bizarro, which is like the flip version of Superman, basically this failed clone or from a different dimension or different universe. And then for some reason that didn't work, and they couldn't get Christopher Reeve back, couldn't get him back. And he's a big activist, and he said the only way that he would come back for another movie is if they made it about nuclear Armageddon, basically, and stopping nuclear war, which we applaud him for. But oh my God, this movie was fucking trash.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. What else you got?
I got nothing else to say about that one. This is one that was definitely universally hated, I think, even though we universally love Ryan Reynolds. He was the victim of a bad script here. And,
or no script.
Yeah, Green Lantern 2001 was just not a great movie. Did turn a profit, though. At a whopping $200 million budget, it made $20 million on top of the $200 million.
I'm gonna say something here that's gonna lose me so much credibility. I kind of like this movie. I kind of like it. I
knew there'd be a couple in here that you probably did like.
No, and you know what? Everybody hates this movie, including Ryan Reynolds. But it wasn't like the only thing I didn't like about the movie is how jokey they made Hal. Because when I started reading comic books, Hal Jordan was more of a serious character. This was after he had died and been Spectre and all this shit and come back. And so he was more of a serious character, and he seemed more like Kyle Rayner to me. But yeah, man. And he met Blake Lively on this film, and that's where they got married. I don't know who Facebook user is, but they say same. You like Green Lantern as well, Facebook user? Must be watching it on RatG TV group. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like we said,
It wasn't great. It wasn't great. It was guilty fun. Oh, and they had no
I
script
have
for that.
nothing to say. I like
Yeah.
a ton of universally seen
Yeah.
as shitty movies. So
Yeah, you also like white chicks.
I was gonna say White Chicks ain't one of them.
No, it's universally loved, just not by me. All right. What else you got?
This is where we start to get into the territory of movies, that were probably liked a lot more than I liked them. I had a hard time sitting through both of these, although I did loved. I'll even go so far as to say loved Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah.
The first one it was not for me.
No, and you know what? That first one, as much as everyone hated it, I didn't hate it. I thought that last act, the last scene, was horrible. I didn't mind Jared Leto's Joker at all, honestly. But I think that like David Ayer says to this day, like we haven't seen his movie yet because the studio came in and rewrites and redid this and redid that. And yeah. But yeah, no, that's a universally loathed movie.
Yeah.
Especially Jared Leto. People hated Jared Leto's Joker.
And my number one, like we said, one man's trash, another man's treasure.
Sure.
I like a lot of trash. This one I took my son to watch. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have saw it because not a fan of the actor. Didn't know much about the character. As much as I did see the character in the other Marvel movies, wasn't really a fan. But I know this one it is not universally hated, which I don't know what that says about it being my number one. But.
But Doctor Strange.
It's strange. That's all I can say.
It is very strange. You know what? I'll say this. It's not one of my favorite Marvel movies, especially the early on ones. It was okay, I thought. I love Benedict Cumberbatch, though. Mostly just because I love Sherlock. I thought his that modern telling of Sherlock's maybe my favorite version of it ever. From someone who grew up reading those books. But yeah, no, I have no hate for this one. I didn't expect it on your list, but especially at number one.
Probably one I wouldn't have watched had my son not wanted to go see it. So
Facebook user saying boo. I don't know who Facebook user is. You need to put your name in there so we can see it.
They want to remain anonymous. So when
they want to remain anonymous.
When they start sending hate mail to wellandwingnut@gmail.com,
yeah. That's when we find out it's Amber.
Get back to work.
Aaron, hey, what's up, Aaron? How are you? It's a long time no see. Yeah, no, that's AK Aaron Durn. No, I knew who you were, Aaron. I knew. And good old Mike. Now listen, that's an interesting list, buddy. I dig it. Now mine's. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to avoid the obvious ones.
Right.
And then I was like, oh shit, man. It was so hard to ignore the obvious ones.
And you took a couple of the ones that I probably would have had otherwise.
Yeah, really, eh? I mean,
what you said.
Yeah, and there was something I wanted to get rid of. I mean, like I said, I had to go by ones that I've watched.
Right.
And ones that I just absolutely thought were trash. And I'm going to say this right now. My number 2 and my number 1 could flip-flop. Both of them are equally trash. I'm not sure which one's the worst that I've seen. Ooh, Aaron says Warzone, Punisher Warzone, Blade 3 Trinity, and The Shadow. Oh, The Shadow! Alec Baldwin. Yeah.
Shots fired. Oh, wait, wrong Baldwin.
Not me. Punisher Warzone. I like Punisher Warzone, and I like Blade 3 too. I don't know what that says about me. Anyways, let's get started with my list. Number 5 up on my list. Listen, this just goes to show, as much as people want to say it's impossible for you to have a bad Batman movie, I just want to say Batman had nipples. Batman and Robin, Poison and Ivy. You've got Bane in this movie, who's this big, jacked up, steroid villain type. You make him mute in this movie, and then you've got Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie, and you don't make him Bane. You make him fucking Dr. Freeze.
I got nipples, Robin. Can you milk me?
The answer is yes. Yes, you can. Bats can be milked. I know. It was just such a. I don't know what's worse, was the bat nipples or the bat skates that popped out of his boots. Do you remember that? Yeah. It was so bad. Lou says, I remember liking The Shadow, but I haven't seen it in a lot of years. Lou, long time no see, brother. And yeah, you know what? The Shadow I haven't seen in a long time either. I have not seen The Shadow in a very, very long time. I do kind of remember liking it as well. You know which other one I remember liking that I saw on a lot of these lists was, oh my God, Billy Zane's The Phantom.
All right.
That one. Brad Mary says Batman and Robin doesn't count. It's as long as the Hello Toy commercial. It was basically just a toy commercial and not a good toy one either. But you know what? The movies get worse from here. They get worse from here. Oh, God. So I've only watched this movie once, and I think this may have been the first movie that I've actually shut off. I did end up watching the rest of the movie, but I shut this movie off, and it was just so bad. I don't know. Listen, Daredevil with Ben Affleck. Some liked it, some hated it. I didn't mind it. But for the most part, it seemed universally panned. But out of all that, for some reason, people are like, yo, you know that really, really cheesy part in the park everyone hated with that Jennifer Gardner being Elektra? Let's give her own movie. And they did. And we all kind of threw up in our mouths a little bit to watch it. It was so fucking bad. Did you watch it?
I never did see this one. No.
Oh, you know what? You should go. You should look for it. I'm sure you'd enjoy it.
Maybe I'll go back and watch Barbed Wire again.
Oh, yo, man! Don't even mess. That was the cartoon was really good. Was it a cartoon? Barbed Wire? Yeah. What was Stripperella?
Oh,
right. Stan Lee went from making Marvel to Stripperella. Speaking of Stan Lee, he has, Elektra is a Marvel property, and up next is another Marvel property for me. And this is not recency biasy either. I'm telling you, this is a trash movie. Everything about this movie is forced. This is a movie about superheroes where the only time you ever see here, this is going to be a bit of a spoiler. I'm sorry, but you only ever see them as superheroes in kind of like a dream sequence for about 5 minutes in this whole movie. And it's the really, really trash and horrible Madam Web, starring Dakota Fanning, Sydney Sweeney, and some other people. I won't mention their names because they probably don't want their names mentioned with this movie because it's that fucking bad. Holy crap. I mean, I get Sony doesn't want to lose the rights to Spider-Man, so they're going to keep making these movies without Spider-Man in them because Tom Holland's Spider-Man is the Spider-Man right now. Stop making these movies. Stop making these fucking movies. Because you know what? The only thing that's worse than fucking Madam Web is my number 2 movie, Morbius, made by Sony as well. Another Spider-Man movie that doesn't have Spider-Man in the fucking movie at all. And I mean, this movie is another movie that the acting is forced, which is like Matt Smith is in this movie, and he's probably the only saving grace in this, and even his acting is like pretty fucking wooden. I like Jared Leto, and I don't know why. I don't know what's some of his acting choices as of late, and it feels like he's making these choices over directors. I find I could be wrong, you know. Like I said, I didn't mind his Joker, but this is another one where he just went way overboard. He went so far. Like like method acting. I understand if your character walks with a limp or you have an accent. I understand when the camera stopped rolling, you keep doing that just so you don't lose it, or you keep using the accent. He made people help him go to the bathroom because his character had to use fucking a walker. Morbius is number one for me. Yeah, no doubt. And you know what? Like I said, my number 2 and my number 1 could both be flipped because it was close. I know it was a real cat fight, honestly. But as much as I love Miss Halle Berry, Catwoman that had nothing to do with Selena Kyle, Batman, had a horrible, trashy storyline. And it was just a movie just made to, hey, let's put Halle Berry in some skimpy clothes and have her run around and, basically try to be like Selena Kyle Catwoman, like the traditional Catwoman, and be anything but. And, sometimes that's okay, but this movie was just, from cinematography to directing to the acting to the writing, it was a no for me, dog.
Yeah, I don't ever remember watching this more than the one time I saw it, and it was not good.
Yeah, it wasn't worthy of a second go around.
No.
So yeah. So what was on your list, folks? Did we miss any movies? Is there a superhero movie that you think is trashier than the ones that made our list? Let us know in the comments, and hey, give us a like and a share. And go on YouTube and subscribe. Why the hell
Amber's
not?
gonna kill me. I'm letting her do something bad right now just because it's keeping her quiet.
You know what the best thing is? At least it's just between you and I, and Amber will never
Right.
find
She'll
out.
never find out this.
No, there's no chance. She'll
No
ever
evidence.
No.
No word of mouth. No rumors.
Oh, that would just be silly. Just talking to all of you fans, all of you. All right. Okay. So let us get to our one more comment here. Or will she? Oh, she will. She will. All right. Let's get to our next TikTok of the TikToker of the night, and then we're gonna get into some news, or we're gonna do Steve's 5-second movie review. But before we do that, always, gotta check out our next TikToker. I got this one just for you.
If you ever get locked up, this is all you gotta do. You gotta watch this. Bring it up like this, right? Then you bend this one here, right? After you bend this one here, see this arm right here, you pop it out just like this. Watch. Boom! Oh! And you free, you know what I'm saying? Never get locked up again, y'all. Let's go!
You can't do that?
I cannot do that.
I don't know. I think you might be able to do it.
I'm not gonna try.
I think you ever do some shit like
Yeah, that stuff makes
no,
me.
but your elbows does that too.
No, not like that.
Damn it! Wow, that was definitely a thing. And hey, man, that's what I do. Sometimes my head's in the clouds, and I feel like I'm in outer space, if you will. Steve has double jointed elbows. Is that a question or a statement? He doesn't have double jointed elbows. He just show them. Show them here.
If it's Aaron Durden, then she's seen it.
Oh yeah, yeah, Aaron. You've seen his arms before. Well, I think we've got a couple different people on there that are coming up as Facebook. It's a statement.
Right.
That's what it was, Aaron. Yeah. It is what it is. It's fun. Dance for me, monkey. Oh my God. So one of our favorite segments that we have over here is every week Steve blesses us with his unwavering pursuit of finding the perfect movie for us. And with that, each and every week he gives us his 5-second movie review. Oh, Steve, what do you have for us this week?
I watched, so I didn't have to leave the house and go to the theater. I watched the new Netflix movie, which I think it just came out yesterday, possibly the day before, Spaceman with Adam Sandler.
Oh, right, this one.
Yeah. I saw the trailer for it about 2 weeks ago. Other than that, I hadn't heard about it yet. So I went in pretty fresh, I guess.
Nice. Well, I'm pretty excited because I've heard some stuff about this. Only about the lead up about it being another one of his serious movies again. Right. And he's chasing that. He's chasing an award, which some people are saying after, what was it, Hidden Gems, and then he had the Hoops movie that they thought he was going to get.
Hidden Gems was fantastic. That's the one I think he should have been at least nominated for.
Yeah, agreed. All right, well, buddy, why don't we tell everybody how this goes down? So, folks, if this is your first time watching, what happens here during Steve's 5-second movie review is we're going to take the best technology in the world, put 5 seconds up on the board, and in that 5 seconds, Steve is going to give us his unadulterated review of the movie Spaceman starring Adam Sandler. Steve, are you ready to get this show on the road?
I'm ready.
Well, folks, that means it's time for Steve's 5-second movie review by Steve. All right. Okay. So, folks, so Steve's going to give us his 5-second movie review of the movie Spaceman starring Adam Sandler. Sir, are you ready for us to put the time up on the clock?
I am ready.
All right. There you go. Best tech in the world. 5 seconds are up on the board. You may begin now.
Sandman may have put his best effort forth, but I spaced out on this one.
Oh, ouch. So a bit of a snooze fest for this one, is it?
This pains me as a movie reviewer, but because I love that, and you will find no bigger fan of Adam Sandler than right here. I fucking loved Hubie Halloween. All right, this.
Zero. You get wait. Are you saying you are giving Spaceman a 0 out of 5?
If I could give it a lesser number, and I checked with legal, and they said it has to be between 0 and 5, so 0.
Yo, how many zeros have you given out? 1, maybe
less than 3 for sure.
Wow. I almost want to watch this now just to see how bad it is. Is this a heinous movie?
I don't know what the fuck he was thinking with this shit.
Right.
It was unwatchable. I get what he was going for, but it failed epically with me. Again, these reviews are subjective. You know, you may watch this movie and absolutely love it. Basically, I'll give you a quick
what's it about?
No giving away too much, but basically it's based on a book, and I don't have the author's name in front of me. Probably a good thing. But it's based on a book, and he's an astronaut that goes to space, And while he's on this, I think it's like a 3-year-long mission, his wife decides to go incommunicado with him because they have it set up so they can talk, and he can talk to his contact on Earth with NASA is actually Raj from Big Bang Theory.
Oh, okay.
And she goes incommunicado. She's pregnant. She decides she's leaving him, and that's probably what is their explanation of why he's slipping into this loneliness and this cabin fever type state, and getting into his own head when Hanush is the name he ends up giving this alien creature visits him. And is Hanush real? Whoops, sorry. I don't know. Was it fucked up? Yes.
It's a spider, a space spider.
It's a space spider because there's definitely some features that are not spider-like, but I don't know if he just wanted to be called Skinny Human the entire movie because the Sandman's always been a little bit chubby, but worse than Click.
Yes,
I like Click, but I have a hard time rewatching because it is depressing. It's kind of depressing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that one in a while either.
But it is worse than Click. I loved Hidden Gems. I thought he should have got an Oscar nom for Hidden Gems. I thought it was a fantastic movie. Like you said, he's kind of chasing the Oscar, but this one, this was 3 big old fucking swings at the air and strikeout for me, man.
Sandman, please go on the show. We'd love to have you. I mean, come on. We had Chris McDonald on the show, technically. Shooter McGavin was our first interview.
Yeah.
So, you eat pieces of shit for breakfast? All right, let's just do the news. Zero. Sound like Monica with the 7. I flashed an 8 at first.
We went to Plymouth. It's okay.
Yeah. At least I didn't go to Westbrook. I'm kidding. People who went.
Whoa!
I know. Everyone who went to Westbrook can kick my ass. And
we got a jumper.
Wow. Yeah. So, Dr. Death, each and every week you start us off with some bad news because that is you. You are the death dealer from Hollywood. And this week, there's quite a lot going on.
Yeah, I can't say I actually remember our first one here. Actually, when I saw the photo and found out that this person died, I thought it was Arn Anderson.
No, it's his brother. Well,
but it was his brother Ole Anderson. Of course, Alan Rogakowski. At the age of 81. So older brother, obviously.
Yeah, and I don't think they're actually related. I think that was just a gimmick that they were.
And Anderson was like, it was like the Ramones.
Yeah.
On the name, yeah.
But he started the Four Horsemen. Him and Ric Flair were the leaders of the Four Horsemen with Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard.
I remember.
Yeah, so that was them. He was the Four Horsemen.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like the big bad dude. He was the veteran. Yeah. Well, that was like even before WCW. That was they wrestled everywhere.
AWA.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was a tough one. So rest in peace. But he was honestly, he was when you and I started watching, he was near the end of his career.
Right.
Whereas the next one, that was like right when we were starting.
Yeah, this next one was at the height of our wrestling, at the height of my wrestling watching anyways,
We had the toy. We had the LGN.
Yeah.
The rubber toy.
Virgil, known as Michael Jones in his real life. Of course, he was the manager of the $1 Million Man. And of course, he had his own separate wrestling career besides that. 61 years old.
Yeah, that's sad. He had a pretty rough life too, and there was a lot of people that kind of made fun of him on the tours and stuff. There was a meme that went around that was just like the sad Virgil meme, which, oh, sorry, still got the picture up there. Whoops, and not that one either. But yeah, it was just sad to hear. It was
for sure. This next one hits home. Literally, being Canadian, we love it when our Canadian brethren succeed south of the border in Hollywood. And this guy, Captain Marvel, Star Trek Discovery, Kenneth Mitchell at the age of 49 after a 5-year battle with ALS.
That's too bad, man. And ALS, that's a tough one too. I mean, all of these are really any of these, fatal diseases are horrible, but ALS is one that's just a really, really tough one. Yeah, and like I said, another good old Canadian boy.
And for people of a certain age, we grew up watching Carson and Letterman and Evening at the Improv. Shows like that, and of course later on, Curb Your Enthusiasm, of course, a longtime friend of Larry David, Richard Lewis.
Yeah, and Lewis was great too. Didn't he have his own show too, where he was a shrink?
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm pretty sure he had his own sitcom for sure.
Yeah, because I remember that show and like really, really digging it.
Definitely, yeah.
Richard Lewis was a great one though. I really liked him, especially. Like that was the heyday of Carson and Leno and stuff like that. Having him come on, and it was like having like those days when you'd have Don Rickles on. You knew you were just gonna have a guy just go out there and just work on his material, which was awesome.
Longtime friend and co-star of Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry David, said that Richard and I were born 3 days apart in the same hospital, and for most of my life, he's been like a brother to me. He had that rare combination of being the funniest person, but also the sweetest. But today he made me sob, and for that I will never forgive him.
Yeah, I saw that. That was tough.
They had a very love-hate relationship on Curb Your Enthusiasm. So, yeah.
Well, they were playing
very fitting send-off from Larry.
I saw them. I don't know if it was Larry David or somebody posted the clip though from Curb Your Enthusiasm where where Richard Lewis is telling him basically that he's leaving him everything in his will, and he's like, "I don't want it. I don't need it. Get to the floor.
Yeah.
Like, I hate you. You're such an asshole."
He's like, "I know what you're trying to do here. You're trying to get into my will."
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be missed, man. Lots of love. Speaking of being missed, I don't know if you watch the show at all or not, but Netflix had a hit on their hands in the show called The Brother's Son, starring Michelle Yeoh. No, never heard of it? No, it's on Netflix. Did great numbers on Netflix, huge following, good martial arts family show. Michelle Yeoh's in it as well. And it got canceled. After just one season, Netflix has decided to pull the plug on the fan favorite Brother's Son show. It's not giving me a lot of hope for season 4 of Warrior. Warrior finally, though. So they're just ending up their second week on Netflix. And yesterday was the first day that they dropped out of the top 10 shows on Netflix in the States. There's still a top 10 show worldwide with it. So they may still get one more season. Fingers fucking crossed. Tomorrow on the Hop This Way show, we do have Dominic Marr on, which is going to be great. She plays Mayor Buckley's wife. So it's going to be a fun one. You're not going to want to miss it. But yeah, that's some not so funny news.
Well, depends on who you are, because I thought these were pretty funny. the Naked Gun movies, were such funny movies. Airplane. If you like that type of humor, these were just, these were the top of the heap. And hard to think of someone trying to replace, I guess maybe not replace Leslie Nielsen, but to carry on the flag. If you remember when David Letterman hosted the Oscars, hopefully you get this joke. Nielsen. I mean, maybe. Seth MacFarlane is on to produce, and it has a release date of July 15th, 2025.
So it's not. So I'm, you know me. I don't. People do reboots, remakes. I don't give a fuck. There's a ton of new shit out there, and anything new that comes out can never ruin the original shit for me. But like the original, the way they can ruin the original is if they do it better than the original. That's the only way it can be ruined for me in the way I look at it. Yeah. But Liam is a head scratcher. Yeah. People always want to point to 1,000 Ways to Die in the West or whatever it was.
His cameo and Ted at the supermarket there trying to buy the trick cereal.
I don't think any of it's funny. I didn't think that part was funny. I didn't think 1,000 Ways to Die in the West was funny. So that's just not my humor style. But yeah, I don't know. I've always, like since the first time I saw two guys, a girl in a pizza shop, thought fucking Ryan Reynolds would be fucking perfect for, like, he's perfect for the Naked Gun. He's quick. He's like, he's got that build. He's got that look. It's, yeah. I don't know. But
maybe,
he may have played it too silly though.
20 years, he'll be the next.
The next one
when he gets some silver in there.
Oh, I'm sure there's some silver in there already. Just a dye job. I'm kidding, Ryan. Come on the show. Oh, bother.
Anytime we talk about this movie, I'm sorry. I'm calling it Pooh, Blood, and Honey. It's just, it just rolls off.
Well, that's what it is, isn't it?
It's Winnie the Pooh, Blood, and Honey, but
yeah.
I want to forget that it's Winnie. No. We got some great new poster art. We know that the sequel is coming. The first one, not so well, obviously. It was very low budget. And, they've spent as much on the new look for Pooh in this movie as they did for the entire last movie. So that says something, I guess. March 26th is the release date for this. As we see, we see Tigger and Owl. Guess who's joining the fun?
Yeah.
And just think, we have years and years of this to come. We've already got Mickey's Mousetrap with the Steamboat Willie thing. We've got Cinderella Curse,
and there's an Alice in Wonderland. There's an Alice in Terrorland,
right? Bambi the Reckoning.
Boo! Yes, boo indeed. Bambi the Reckoning. Yes. So Bambi's going to go out and kill the hunter that killed his mom.
What was the ones I saw yesterday, too, that were in early development? Three Blind Mice and something else. Three Blind Mice. Where the fuck are they going? Oh!
No, we're done with Andrew Dice Clay. I'm just going to put that blunt.
He got booed when I saw him at Massey Hall.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Listen, I was like everybody. I was, you know what? I was Dan Fielding on Night Court back in the day. I don't remember the episode where they had the potty mouth guy that was supposed to be like Andrew Dice Clay. And Dan loved him until basically they shone a light on him to show what a douche he was. That was me with Dice. Until that episode, I was like, oh, wait. People probably don't like being picked on like that. But yeah. But the nursery rhymes, legendary.
Blue. He needed the money. Oh,
Mother Hubbard. She went to the cupboard to get her old dog a bone. When she bent over, Rover drove her. Oh, Rover had a bone of his own. hurting for material, trying to relive the best years. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it got to the point where people were booing, and then people were yelling, "Oh, do the nursery rhymes!" And he's like, "No, I don't do that anymore." And then the booing just persisted, and he gave us a couple nursery rhymes. But yeah, his hour was not good. It was not good.
Yeah, wow, that's almost sad to hear, but it's not. If I could be blunt with you. Speaking of blunt, Emily Blunt and The Rock are teaming up again, but not for another movie where they're on a jungle cruise. No. This time the two of them are teaming up for an MMA movie. Emily Blunt is in talks to join Dwayne The Rock Johnson in Benny Safdie's MMA drama, The Smashing Machine. I mean, okay, this could work. The Rock is definitely the right size for this. I don't know much about this this drama, but I like me some MMA. I don't mind it, and yeah, I'm going to go on for Steve here because he's a little busy. No, the Rock and Emily Blunt though. Emily Blunt's a very physical actress though too, so I could see her doing an MMA movie and having The Rock there with her just makes sense. And Steve heard all.
I had to put her in doggy prison. She was doing something bad that I couldn't cover up.
Oh, fair. Okay. It smells too bad. All right. Well, we'll fight through the rest of these then. The Rock and Emily Blunt are in an MMA movie. And speaking of MMA movies, seems like Amazon's got a fight on their hands, eh?
Yeah, the original writer has launched a lawsuit. Filed by as I try to find his name here.
His last name is Phil.
Yeah, his last name is Phil. To have the rights to revert back to him after the United Artists claim expired in November. Amazon allegedly ignored the petition and rushed to finish the remake before the deadline using AI voices for the film stars to get around the SAG-AFTRA strike. The movie finished until January, or the deadline. Hill seek to block the release of the remake, which is due out March 21st on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I was hearing this on Campia show. They were talking about this too, and it seems like he has a bit of a case with him. It's just a matter of can he prove the AI voices to help get it finished at the end there.
Right.
This movie, there's just so much shit already going on with it. Like from the original writer now suing them to their own director being like, fuck these guys. They were supposed to put it in theaters and now they're not. Now Amazon's like, no, fuck you guys. You guys signed a contract saying that we gave you the option that we could either put it in theaters and you guys have less money to make the movie, or you guys can have more money to make the movie and go straight to Amazon. You guys took the money. So it's a he said in this case. And I don't know. Everyone loved that trailer and I thought it looked trash. Like everyone's like, oh, it looks so good. And I'm like, does it?
Yeah.
I think it looks exactly like it's going to be. And I'm not saying it's going to be like Catwoman.
Well, they said they were.
I'm going to be Dennis Green when it comes out. And everyone's like, "This movie was bad." I'm going to be. It's a movie we let him off the hook. The theater
knew who they were.
Amazon knew why they're not putting it in theaters. Oh my God! The one thing we're not going to have to worry about is whether it be in theater or on streaming only. Will be the new Superman movie. Superman Legacy, we found out, is no longer being called Superman Legacy. It's just being called Superman. And with that, James Gunn has also announced the entire cast, which is pretty cool, honestly, because we got David Corenswet coming as Superman, as we knew. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. Isabel Merced as Hawk Girl. Sarah Sampero as Eve Tessmacher. Miss Tessmacher! Remember from the original. Skylar Giordano as Jimmy Olsen, the guy from Santa Clarita Diet. He's perfect. Edie Gatherick as Mr. Terrific. Maria Gabriela De Faria as the engineer. We've got Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. Anthony Kerrigan, who you know and love, we both know and love from Barry, is playing Metamorpho. And Terrence Rossmore is back as Otis Graves. So that's kind of cool because Otis Graves and Tessmacher, the only time I remember seeing them was just in the Christopher Reeve, Gene Hackman movie. Because Otis was Beatty.
Right, Ned Beatty.
Ned Beatty. Yeah. So, yeah, I remember Eve Tessmacher. She was the one that steals a kiss from Superman. I mean, this. So, could this be James Gunn's idea of Superman 3? Like, is this taking place? Like, is he just ignoring Superman 3 and 4? And this is taking, like, everything else has happened. Now he's in this new world. Like, time has passed. There's a Justice League.
I mean, we've seen it with movies like Halloween where they picked off the original too. So,
yeah, true. I mean, I hope so. I'm down. They even changed the logo too, and they changed it to this different S logo, which is cool because in the comic books that was from Kingdom Come, which was like set a lot in the future when Superman's retired and stuff. But it's not red and gold like that. It's actually kind of like black and gray. But still, I mean, it's pretty dope, man. I'm excited to see it. You know, not as excited as you. Like, I'm not as excited as like Rick if he was to see Coral.
Yeah. This show, you know, I'm glad long before it went completely off the rails, I started to view it as a separate entity from the comic book because it very quickly became a different show. At first, I liked the fact that they switched, you know, deaths to keep the comic book reader guessing, and that was cool for a while. But I did still enjoy the show, but I enjoyed it as something else. And Rick and Michonne debuted to record ratings, the biggest ratings for The Walking Dead in over 6 years. I have not yet watched the first episode. I'm hoping to catch up tomorrow. But we also now know that a sequel to Daryl will be coming in the summer of 2024, titled The Book of Carol.
Will Carol be there?
Of Carol.
Wait, is Carol going to be there?
I'm hoping so, unless it's some new person they've cast as Carol and they're giving her.
So you said the Book of Carol. I think you said the
Carol.
Book of Daryl.
Yeah, Carol.
Oh, I think you said Daryl.
Yeah.
All right. I'm down. That's my favorite character on the show. So not my favorite character in the book though, because she didn't last.
No, and she dies very early in the comic.
Yeah, and she was,
and thank God,
she was very much like she was at the very beginning of The Walking Dead, though. Like that whiny.
They were very close to the original character, yes.
And then her and Andrea seemed to change spots for some reason, which was weird. But it is what it is. You know, speaking of connecting movies, have you watched any of the Spider-Man movies, the new ones with Tom Holland?
I want to say yes.
Did you see the one where he had him, Tobey Maguire, Andrew, they were all back?
Yeah, I think so.
And at the very end of that movie, if you stay for the end credits, you see Tom Hardy's Venom, Eddie Brock, and he's brought to their universe. And he's like, wait, tell me this again. He's all drunk, and the Venom symbiote's drunk, and then they get zapped back to their own universe, and a little black Venom stays behind. Well, Tom Hardy's released a photo from the set of Venom 3, and it seems to confirm that it takes place right after Spider-Man No Way Home. Because check the shirt. On the shirt on the left, that is from Spider-Man No Way Home.
He's wearing a RatG TV shirt.
He is wearing a RatG TV shirt. Thanks for representing, Tom. But yeah, he's wearing the same shirt on the right there. So which is I think it's pretty cool. I like when they do stuff like that. But man, that Venom movie would have been so much better if there was Spider-Man in it somehow.
You'd hope that all the T-shirts we'd given out to celebrities in the early days, one of them would have surfaced on social media.
No, they don't like us. It's not even that. They're just like, we can't be associated with them after that show. We can't. That's like trying to,
That's fair.
yeah, that's trying to like remake a beloved, cult classic movie with somebody else as the lead.
Yeah, we got our first look as Bill Skarsgård as the Crow in the upcoming reboot or remake. And this is I've heard a lot of people make the argument that they should have just went with a different Crow.
But it is.
No, like a different character, because much like the Green Lantern, there's different Crow. There's been different.
Yeah, but is he playing Eric Draven?
Yeah, I believe he is. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he was. But to be fair, this is Eric Draven in the comic books from the original.
Right.
And it was a lot more. Well, I mean, neither one was really like the comic. Like either one of them was really like the source material. But I could see what a lot of people's problems are. Is that from The Crow as well?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. There was it was supposed to be Jason Momoa for the longest time. I think I remember them
We're
saying
seeing the same thing that we did with Jared Leto's Joker, and
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's not.
Times change, different interpretations, I guess.
Yep. Way I'm looking at it, I'm not holding out a lot of hope for it either way.
I wasn't. I mean, I didn't
There's
mind the
only one
movie,
other-
but I didn't know a lot about The Crow when the movie came out. So I watched it. It was I was more of a Brandon Lee fan than a Crow fan
Same.
when I watched it, and I mean, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I love the original, and I didn't read the comics at all either until later on. And even then, I didn't. They're still not really my thing. Like James O'Barr created it, and it's just not my. I'm not the dark brooding type, So that's why it's more Superman than Batman for me. That's my ego. All right. You know what? There's I don't know what's going on in the video game world, but people are losing jobs left and right from all the big companies. Don't know what's going on with Sony or Microsoft right now. And EA laying off 670 unannounced Star Wars FPS, or the EA laying off 670 people. And there was an unannounced Star Wars first-person shooter that was canceled. So they were going to have like a Call of Duty Star Wars game. And that's what the fuck is
Where
going
you just
on?
miss everything.
Oh, that's only if you're a stormtrooper. I'm late. 1994 Fantastic Four, laughably bad. Is that the one with Chris Evans and Jessica Alba? Because I love the first one.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure you like that one. Yeah,
I really like the first one. The second one's trash, but the first one I thought was really good. But yeah, Jessica Alba hated it. I was just watching a thing on her today talking about it. But yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Excuse me for a second. I need to take a drink of my. I was gonna say my Yeti. It's not a Yeti though.
I mean, I guess Sony coming out with a new movie. It's news, but to say that they've got secured the rights to a new Yeti movie, because I don't remember a whole lot of famous Yeti movies. I mean, Harry and the Henderson was, I guess, kind of a Bigfoot / Yeti.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. Sony has won the rights to a script written by Peter Gaffney, and will be going into production on a Yeti movie.
Wow. Okay. But what? Okay. It could. Who's Peter Gaffney? That's my first question. What is he directed for? Is this going to be comedy or is it going to be?
I would imagine it's probably going to be action type horror, thriller, suspense,
where we find out that the Yeti's actually the victim.
Yeah, right. It'll be like Grand Theft Auto when you finally track him down and you're about to kill him. He's like, "Oh, I just want to be left alone." I was like, "Oh."
If they make this movie, though, I think it's such a boss move. Is that every time the Yeti's on screen, he's blurred out. He's blurry.
Mark Gaffney's worked on.
That's just how we look.
Mark Gaffney has worked on Married with Children, Rugrats, Beethoven.
Oh, it's definitely. Oh, it's going to be like it's going to be animated.
Legend of Tarzan, Simpsons, Thomas and Friends.
It's going to be animated, would be my guess. No, before that, Dr. Doom had claws like Sabretooth. Oh, like the Roger Corman one. Fantastic Four. That's what he was talking about. All right, well. So we've got some more casting done here as well. From the James Gunn movie we're just finding out, from Legacy. Superman, I should say. We've got a new Perry White. That is correct, sir. Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't bring his name up here. But that's the guy from Suits and from the new Jack Ryan show as well. Oh my God, why can't I remember his name? You know who that is, all right? Wendell Pierce. He was also he's also on The Wire. Like that's the first time I've seen him was on The Wire. Wendell Pierce. Yes, that is the Fantastic Four. But yeah, he's joined James Gunn's Superman Legacy or Superman movie, and of course, girl flakes are freaking out about this. And I don't like when they change race. I don't, because I'd be losing my mind if it was a black character and they change it to a white character or any other race. But Perry White's now like getting mad about it now after Lawrence Fishburne just played him in The Man of Steel, and then in the past couple cartoons he's been black as well. I mean, it's time to get over it. It's just Perry White's Perry Brown now, and deal with it. That's it. I know that.
I actually replaced that last story last minute. My original story for that slot was going to be Trauma Video celebrating its 50th year is coming up with a new movie called Sweetmeats. It's a musical comedy from our good friend Uncle Lloyd.
Oh, nice.
The catchphrase, and I'm trying to remember because I already deleted it. We were talking about this on Two Separate Heads. It was something like elbow grease is no longer a saying. It's now a flavor.
Oh, that's gross. That's just wrong. Uncle Lloyd said that.
Yeah.
And is this you, Astrid Dietz?
Yeah. We now know that Jenna Ortega's character in Beetlejuice 2 will actually be the daughter of Winona Ryder's character in the original. She will be playing Astrid Dietz, the daughter of, why am I forgetting her name?
Winona Ryder.
Lydia.
Yeah, I think we already knew though that she was going to be the daughter, but we didn't know.
It was assumed. It was assumed. Yeah.
True. Wow, man, that's pretty awesome. I mean, I'm just hoping, man, that it holds up. I'm hoping it's good. Like I said, it won't ruin the original for me at all if it doesn't.
I know that I've read a lot about Michael Keaton and both him and Tim Burton saying that it was important to both of them that they stayed with a lot of practical effects. So
yeah, that was good. I was happy to hear that. I wonder if they get Halle Berry back. Do you remember Halle Berry was in that? She was the secretary that was cut in half. Was she the secretary or the girl that was cut in half?
Girl cut in half, I'm going to say.
Yeah. Either way, though, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. Have you watched the new Shogun show yet?
No.
Yeah, remake of the old TV show from the 80s. Way more violent. But the star of it, excuse me as I butcher his name here, Hiroyuki Sanda.
God bless you.
Thank you. Was speaking about when he filmed The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise, which still remains in my top 3 movies of all time. He says that I took a full swing with my katana blade and then stopped just touching his skin, but no injury. He never blinked. And he did this on Tom Cruise's request. Tom Cruise, he's not right. He's not right. But I love the dude for it, like his acting and stuff. Like he's fucking batshit insane, man. Breaking his foot on like during a scene of Mission Impossible, jumping from one roof to the other, and then continuing with the scene. Does the the suborbital jump or whatever it is? I mean, guy is just crazy. And then that like the only thing that I heard that he's high on that Scientology. Daniel Day-Lewis, I think it was, where he trained himself to have that knife touch himself in the eye. And what was that? Gangs in New York. Like another one, which is just insane. And then last story we got, of course, we heard that the Acme versus Coyote versus Acme is never going to be seen. Couldn't get sold. And Will Forte said he got to see it and said it's incredible. But I mean, what else would he say?
Will Forte wouldn't lie. I mean, he might.
Not even if he was the last man on earth.
Touche.
And he wasn't, was he?
He wasn't.
No, he was
Rip.
not. Like false advertising, indeed.
Very early on, they went shit.
Yeah,
This isn't gonna work.
we thought this was gonna work with just these two, but no. Give us some more, people. Yeah, it was a good idea though for a movie, for a show. But what are you gonna do?
I'd make a better movie.
Probably.
Total Mega Man. Wait, no.
Just stop. Stop. All right, last TikDoker of the night, and then we're getting out of here. Just for you folks.
Yeah. Hey.
What's up?
Nothing.
Oh, do you want to come over and watch National Treasure?
Did you catch what happened there? So next time Amber's in the bathroom,
Oh, jeez.
FaceTime bomb her. So somebody just called somebody on FaceTime and threw it through the phone.
Yeah.
While they were taking a shit.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Hey.
what's up?
Nothing.
Oh, do you want to come over and watch National Treasure?
So we were working at the border in Lewiston, Queenston Lewiston border crossing there.
Yeah.
And we were allowed to use the washrooms in the parking lot there where the currency exchange building was. There was a public washroom. And I was sitting in one of the stalls, and my cousin, who was also my foreman on the job, he came in and got into the stall next to me, and he took a picture of his eyeball and put his phone under the fucking
That's creepy. That's creepy.
Oh, that was probably weird.
Yeah. I so want to do that. I so want to do this. What do they call it? The FaceTime bomb.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
That's pretty good. Oh man, that's it. So, what do you got going on this week?
I'm going to see Bert Kreischer on Friday at Scotiabank in Toronto.
Nice. Right
The
on.
Machine.
Will he keep a shirt on?
Probably not.
No.
Probably not.
He's got to hate Canada for that.
Right. Well, he is a bear.
This is true.
2 bears, 1 cave with Tom Segura.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar. All right, on. Well, I hope you enjoy the show. I don't think I actually have anything going on this week, which is nice. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the show. We'll have another show coming your way next Saturday. If not, we will let you know, or we won't. One way or the other, though. You'll know if you don't see us here.
Roll them dice.
I hope everybody had a good time. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed our rankings of the worst movies in superhero genre. And thank you all who tuned in. Aaron Durden. Thanks. And everybody else. Yo, have a good one. We will see you all when we see you.